Good morning, Lydia. I saw your email that you wanted to meet.
Good morning, Katrina. Have a seat. Did you bring those things I asked you to?
Yes, I brought the paper from Dr. Jones saying I completed the 5 counseling sessions. And then, of course, the paper you had me hold on to sign that I completed the parenting classes.
Great. Also, Dr. Jones sent me an email confirming that you completed the 5 counseling sessions. How did it go with her?
Good, actually. Dr. Jones has been really helpful, and I realized that 5 counseling sessions aren't enough. So I'm going to continue seeing her for a while.
That's great to hear. Dr. Jones is wonderful. So last we spoke, you were with cheater guy. He got a DUI. We didn't really talk about it much, but were you able to figure out the DNA? Did you decide on something? Was Dr. Jones able to help with that?
For the most part, things are going well. As far as Ricky and I don't really want to talk about it. I'm still trying to process some things. And then I also have a meeting with Miss Rainbow in a couple days to kind of go over Raquel's progress.
Well, I think I've shared enough about how I felt about the cheater guy situation. Hopefully, the decision was something you feel comfortable with. And also, can I point out, Miss Rainbow seems like a very caring teacher. She's willing to work with Raquel. I know that Raquel had been falling behind in math, so one should be so lucky to have a teacher who cares.
Well, Raquel seems to like Miss Rainbow. But, anyways, was there anything else you needed from me now that the contract is completed?
Yes, so sign here that you have completed the contract. I will turn it into the district. And here is your parenting certificate. You can go ahead and have that for completing your parenting classes.
Thanks. I will sign this. And great. I will put the parenting class certificate in a drawer. Matt and I were able to work out a custody agreement in mediation, so I won't have to go to court.
That's great. Sounds like you are headed in a positive direction. I hope that continues. And I hope next time we do talk, it's on a positive note and not a negative one.
Well, I am still working on things, have a long way to go, but yeah, I promise I am working on things.
Well, believe it or not, I'm happy you finished your contract and I'm happy that you are working on yourself. I am here if you need any resources or anything at all, just let me know.
Thanks again for meeting me regarding Raquel's progress update. I know the school counselor Roxy wanted to be here, but sadly she had a meeting that came up. Yep, believe it or not, I do care about Raquel's education and I don't want her to fall behind. A quick review, we talked about Raquel having after school tutoring, which she went to. We also talked about her working at the teacher table 3 times a week in math. And then I also sent home extra practice for her after school as well. Yep, we followed the plan. That's great. As a quick reminder, at the beginning of the quarter, she had a D. And we knew that she was falling behind in math because she was missing 10 to 15 minutes of that math time in the morning, which we can go over multiplication tables, or we even do a daily math review of the math we did the day before or that week. So missing that little chunk of time really was affecting her. But since she's been coming to school on time and working at the teacher table, I've seen a huge improvement overall. I would even say when we're working on problems, her mental math is a lot quicker and she's able to identify, let's say, what 9 times 2 is a lot quicker than before. So I would say we're really headed in a positive direction with Raquel. That's great. I'm really proud of her. She comes home quite often and says, I have to practice my times table because that's what Miss Rainbow wants. So I know she's been also trying her best to get caught up. I will say Raquel is a very determined learner. And then she was working with the school counselor once a week, but the counselor let me know that she's not going to pull her from class quite as often, just because she has also seen a lot of progress. And I'm sure if you have any more questions about that, Roxy would be happy to get with you and discuss that. Okay, I have Roxy's email, so I will just go ahead and email her later on today. And there's just one more thing I wanted to quickly discuss with you. So this week in reading, we have been learning how to identify theme in a story. Okay, and what is that? I don't think I remember from school. Theme is overall message in a story, or basically what the character learned, what was a lesson that the character learned, and then how can we connect that to our own life learning as well. Okay, and she didn't understand it. Oh, sorry. Raquel did understand what theme is, but there was something that she said that it made me a little concerned. Like what? The story specifically talked about how there was a family, two parents and a child, and they were having to sell things in a yard sale because they were moving. And so after the lesson, Raquel came to me, and I thought she was going to ask a question about her independent practice. And she asked me, does this mean that I don't have a family because I don't have two parents? And so, to be honest, the question caught me off guard. I wasn't really expecting her to ask me a question like that. Oh, that actually makes me kind of sad. I don't think she meant it. When I saw her, she didn't seem visibly upset. I think it was more of an observation, and she was just curious of what family means as a whole. And so I just explained to her that all families are different. Some families only have one parent, and that's okay. And some families have siblings, and so your sibling is also considered your family. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I answered it the best way. So I did let the school counselor Roxy know, and so that Roxy is aware of it, and maybe there's a better way she can probably explain it to Raquel, but I did just want to bring that up so that you were aware that her and I had that conversation. Thanks. I will make sure that I talk to her about it. Okay, sounds good. So I think we covered everything. I'm seeing quite a bit of progress with Raquel. I'm extremely proud of all her hard work, and I think if we continue using the tutoring and her working at the teacher table, even if she doesn't want to work at the teacher table 3 times a week, let's say she only comes once or twice a week, I still think we're going to continue seeing the progress. Okay, great. We will continue working on things at home. Great. So next week is Thanksgiving break, and I hope that you and Raquel have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanks. I don't know yet what we're doing for Thanksgiving, but before I leave, I just wanted to say thank you for caring about Raquel and her learning and finding a plan with us to get her caught up. I know I didn't have the best attitude the first quarter. Oh, thank you. I understand we all have bad days from time to time, and I'm glad that you now see that I do really care about all of my students' learning. I am passionate about teaching, and I'm just glad we were able to find a way to support Raquel. Well, I will let you go. I'm sure you're busy, and again, thanks for meeting with me so we could figure out a plan before Thanksgiving break. All right, bye. Maybe I actually do make a difference. Okay, so I found Jeremy's social media. I just don't know what to say. I would ask if he could talk, or maybe you guys can exchange emails. Okay, I agree. But shouldn't I tell him why I want his email or why I need to talk to him? That's a hard one. You don't want to scare him off, but you also want him to know it's going to be an important conversation. Right. Oh, it's a girl from AA. Hi, Sherry. Hey, Kayla, how are you? I'm doing good, just getting ready for the holidays. How are you? I haven't seen you in AA in a while. Oh, some stuff happened. I had to move back home, so I go to the AA by Redstone Park. Huh. I know about the AA by Redstone Park. I had to bring someone to their meeting one time. Oh, okay. Well, it was good seeing you, Sherry. Hopefully we can catch up sometime. You too, Kayla. I'll see you around, and happy holidays. Wait, Redstone Park. That's the AA meeting area that I had to drop Ricky off at. Do you think him and Sherry know each other? I mean, they probably have met each other, but I can't imagine that Sherry would be interested in Ricky. She's pretty young. And I also know she was talking to a guy for a little bit, and she was just talking about how they were taking it slow because she was really focused on her recovery. So I can't imagine she would throw all of that away. Yeah, you're probably right. I can't imagine that Sherry would go for Ricky. Okay, how does this sound? Jeremy, it is Katrina from high school. I know we haven't spoken in years, but there's something important I hope we can talk about. Here's my phone number. Yeah, that sounds great, but make sure to include your email. Yes, of course. I'm just really nervous and forgetting things. Totally understandable. I think though, since I became a mom, my brain has just never been the same. Okay, sent. You know, I should have contacted him a long time ago. After Raquel was born, and then my mom wanted nothing to do with me after I told her I was not giving up Raquel for adoption. I just felt it was a lot at the time. And then like a couple years later, I saw what Jeremy was doing online. He was already in university. He had a girlfriend, and I was like, maybe this isn't the right time. I was second guessing myself. And then after I checked, he was already engaged. And then I thought, well, I don't want to, bring this up during his engagement. And then I waited too long. I just waited too long. And the last I checked, he's married, he finished his degree, he has a family. And so, I waited a long time and I shouldn't have. I know that. I just always felt like it wasn't the right time. And then, I don't know, I just had like this feeling that Ricky was really her dad. So I guess the Jeremy situation wasn't that dire. But yeah, I don't know. You and I could sit here all day and talk about everything you should have done. It's not helpful, and we all make decisions in the moment, and it's hard for people to understand why we made those decisions because they weren't in them. Now is the time. You're right. I hope so. Now I just wait to see if he writes me back. Crap, why did my alarm have to go off right now? Kayla, can you call me back as soon as you can? Hey, I called as soon as I could. Is everything okay? I'm in the break room at work. I had a dream about Matt. Okay, was it a good or a bad dream? I don't know. We were about to do some stuff. Okay, still not following. What kind of stuff were you guys doing? Stuff. Oh, stuff. Yes. So how do you feel about doing this stuff with Matt? I mean, back when we were together, we used to do a lot of stuff, and it was really amazing. But now I don't know how I feel. I feel weird. And what if like he doesn't want to do stuff with me ever again? Okay, let's do some breathing exercises. Dr. Jones once told me that if you dream of somebody, it's because they're your safe place. And Matt used to date, you're single, he and Ricky just broke up, so he's probably just a safe person in your life that you're dreaming of. That's probably all this means. Yeah, that makes sense. And now Matt is single too, so maybe, him being single and me being single, it just brought up some old memories. Exactly. Matt is that safe place for you. You see him often. He's Zach's dad. So it's normal for you to have dreams of him. You're right. I felt a lot better. Thank you. Anytime, but I gotta go. Let's get coffee or pedicure soon, okay? Yeah, let's do that.